Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Lego Indiana Jones, the original series. We've got another day and another another level to do. Let's see, last time we did 3 and we missed one, and we found out we need to get 1,000,000 studs, which tells me I need to, let's play this level, that's the next level. I need to not purchase any more characters or any more extras at all for probably the remaining of the play. Also, I kind of don't need to play as the Berserker, because when the Berserker, the bazooka guy, I'm calling him the Berserker because when I play as him, I act like a Berserker. His actions blow himself up, and anytime it blows him up, it's dropping 4,000 studs, it seems, and we'll never make any progress that way. Now, I don't actually think I need to fill in the True Adventurer setup right now. Let's see. We need Indy back for this. As Indy can do this. There's definitely some weirdness going on, though. So, yeah, I don't want to leave this area too early. There we go. So we'll grab the fire. We'll start this fire. And then I guess she's cool. She's holding on to the torch right now, so the snakes aren't hurting her. And that means I can move the camera completely in a pointless area. Alright. But then we have to ask the question, what are we supposed to be doing with that? Or is this just some weird setup for later? Because we re-enter an area that's somewhat similar to this. I guess it's just a setup for later. Oh, one of the things we're gonna do, though, we've already seen the game lock up. And we were gonna try something really silly and turn on silhouettes. So now, in theory, the game is not actually rendering any of the animation of the skinning and the characters, which means that some percentage of the animation here is no longer being required of the game. And I'm wondering if the game might actually never lock up because of this. What percentage of the game really is not being rendered now? That's hard to tell, honestly. It could be something close to a 50%. It could be something as low as 20% if I was to guess. But it's kind of impossible to know. What's interesting is when you pick something up, sometimes it goes and loses its skin, its rendering, and sometimes it doesn't. So throw that over that way. See how it got darker, although not quite completely dark. That's an interesting turn of events. So I felt what felt like a little bit of a stall there, but not a full-on lag. If this works, this is ridiculous, but I suppose it's better than nothing. The silhouettes option in LEGO games are available at the beginning of any gameplay, of any LEGO game. And you could play it this way, but would you really find that acceptable? I don't think so. I think that is completely unacceptable. So here's a LEGO version of the map room that should have been part of the main level, and it's just totally missing. And there's a whole puzzle here about aligning the map room to point where the Ark of the Covenant was supposed to be buried, and they skipped all of that and merged it together. So by the end of this level, you actually find the Ark of the Covenant, which isn't the way it happens in the movie. And here you have some really nice stuff that people actually put effort into animating, and it, like, here you have little Lego statues and everything and pyramids, and it just gets left on this side section, which some percentage of players, there we go, there's the lag. So it doesn't help. It's not the solution. An interesting twist happens here also, because these little holes magically convert the light, like there's a lens in them, but there isn't no lens in them or anything like that. So let's go back to the extras and turn silhouettes off. And I'm sure everything helps a little bit, but nothing fixes it, so it doesn't really matter. And it doesn't seem to really change it that much either. I'm playing with everything except for the anti-aliasing turned on right now at 1080p, and it lags way too much, but not way more than when I had all the settings at the lowest and the resolution at 800 by 600. But at least we tried. So we can see I'm up to 28,000 studs right now. I'm trying to get as many as possible. I need 700,000. Let's see, can he use this? I guess he can if he can pick up the book. And see, the idea of picking up a book to unlock an area, that stops being a thing at least halfway through the game, because you start getting introduced to characters that have the book ability. Put this here and pull this way. So can't make it all the way. We'll let the other guy take care of all that problems. Let's see. This way. Spin that. Spiders get squashed. Now I'm gonna need my bazooka guy to blow that up. But I'll still need to fix the stairs before I can make any more progress. I blew myself up again. I've got to really be careful about this bazooka character. That is the worst placed item in the entire game. Clearly. It's off on the side. There's no way you can see it at all. So now we're up to number 8. Oh, I suppose as long as I find the full collections of things, I'm getting about 120,000 studs each time I do that. Find all 10 of the collectibles in an item area. I'm also still looking for the Star Wars characters. No. This thing needs to go all the way here and wait until it locks. Seriously? Seriously? This is not wanting to cooperate. Doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, I'll get 120,000 studs when I get a full collection, which then only means I have to do 7 levels. Solely for the purpose of getting 1,000,000 studs to get the ability to double my input score times 2. Come on. Push that there. And don't move. I can't pick it up until the ground decides to stop moving. Here we have some nice Lego jackals on either side. You would think those would get used again at some point in some Lego game. They couldn't find a place in like Lego Harry Potter or Lego like Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe I haven't played that game lately, so maybe that is actually going to be the case. But it would seem a large waste if they actually never got used again. There's so many things that have been made. You could do a decent Lego world, right, already. Just have a Egyptian area, a kind of American area, a snowy area, a French area. You could probably get a Lego Eiffel Tower made real easily. Yeah, I think you could do at least the top 12 cities on the planet Earth. There we go. But then I might be a little bit wrong. What was he punching? Interesting. I might really be wrong about that, considering how much of these games aren't Lego. But there would really not be any reason why, if you were going to do a Lego world, you couldn't use the non-Lego elements combined with the Lego elements. I suppose that will be a project at some point where somebody will just make a full rendering at some scale. So 1/1000th scale of the entire planet Earth as it stands now and as it's standed in the past, in some specific points in the past, in something like Unity or Unreal. That's kind of what is it? There's this 18-wheeler trucking game, American Trucking Simulator, I think might be the name of it, that is working slowly on the process of simulating to scale, not a 1-to-1 scale, but simulating large parts of the United States. And certainly when you look at something like Watch Dogs 2, that is a scaled down version of San Francisco. And Assassin's Creed has been doing similar things for several years, or on some of the places at least, instead of just whole cloth making up cities, although making up cities might be helpful sometimes too. I guess at the end of the day, you still have to figure out what people would do in the Lego world. And if you don't have anything interesting happening in certain areas, then it's all kind of pointless. Let's see, have I destroyed everything and collected everything I could? I think I have. So remember, finding the Ark of the Covenant, if I remember correctly, it's barely even shown in the movie, and it's definitely in a different place than where the map room was. So they really merged two parts of the story. You know what they could do, and this would be interesting, if they did a Lego Google Maps Street View interior of museums. So that's a lot to take in, certainly, but if they had I need Indy here, this one up here, break that to go over there. Is there anything else in this area to pick up or collect? No, it's really just the same room with a different camera angle. It is the exact same room. Interesting. If you could walk through, say, the Modern Museum of Art in New York, the Louvre, things like that, and see Lego versions of that, then you'd have this edutainment thing you could do. And in the back of my head, say you could then do something like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego and have a bad guy running around stealing all of the Lego versions of art pieces, and that would be cool. And there you've got a game, an original game that's not relying on replaying any movie. So I don't think I actually need to come over here because I think I've already collected this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. We need 2 more collectibles though, so we may end up going back to that point. Let's see. Who has a shovel? This guy has a shovel. You could also, in that same idea, have the bad guy who's stealing art steal fancy cars, and then that covers Lego's car jobs. That they have some sets that make Ferraris and very fancy cars, and then you could put racing in the game, and they've doubled the gameplay that way. And then you'd probably just end up calling the game Lego World Police, or Lego Police International, whatever one would make the most sense. But yeah, I don't know what other general ideas of a Lego style game works. Do we just want Lego versions of games that already exist? They'd never do it, but a Lego Doom, like Lego Halo, that will never happen. That's something that if they ever actually did make a Mega Bloks series of Lego-like games, that you would probably see a lot of that, where rather violent games that Lego wouldn't want to touch, all of a sudden get Mega Bloks versions of their own their own things. It's kind of a pointless endeavor though, because if the parents rightfully don't want their kids playing Doom, they probably don't want them playing Lego Doom either. I thought there was a collectible. Let's turn this up. There's nothing more I can do with that. We come over here, we lock that, break that, swing over here. And if the game decides to not lock up, it's an easy job. Look at all the gold on the embossed things. That's really nice looking. There is a level of scale that old games need to be updated away from. Like when you look at a game like The Witcher 3 compared to Skyrim Special Edition, which is the remaster of a 6-year-old game now, you can clearly see a difference on how much the camera zooms in to show something. And it's on older games nowhere as close. So for example here, if this was a modern game, just starting from the beginning, I would want these two characters taking up about 2 to 3 times as much screen as they are when I run to the closest part of the screen. Like, I want that camera right on them. So the trick was to only use a female character before you move this piece. Fair enough. And now we stand on this and wait for the other guy to stand on the other one. Come on. Alright. I'm at 99,000. And if this was a modern game and everything was zoomed in more, you would definitely have more intricate interactions happen with the different break that. Can't walk in there. Break that one. With items, instead of just a very basic you punch items and you break them, you would start to see keys actually getting put in locks, handles getting turned, smooth actions, realistic actions. Even for a kid game like this, you would start to see the games become more and more like that. And that's usually a good thing. I mean, they won't all get that way, but let's see. Give me that blue. Oh, darn it. Moving too fast and paying dearly for it. Alright, now let's convert this. I'm at 100,000, and we've got to get this open without dying if we can avoid it. There's definitely a lot of work put on all of this. Like platforms here that don't do anything. Right. Seriously? So we have a little platform that will rise up because I don't think we can actually jump as high. There we go. Now we come over here and place this, and then we solve the hieroglyphics. And back here is nothing. So then the question is, where is the red brick? And where is the thing I'm looking for, the last gold brick? Let's swing this way, punch this, and see if there's anything here. We're gonna end up fighting this giant snake, which never happened in the movie. It really breaks the idea of the movie too. Like, excluding the crystal skull and running into aliens, there are no magical monsters in the entire series. There's nothing anywhere close to that. So a giant mythical snake just comes out of nowhere. And frankly, that isn't an appealing idea as far as something to add to the Indiana Jones series. Alright, so that won't even work yet. We've gotta go back this way and swing back this way and swing back this way, and then switch to her and then climb up here. Yeah, I think it would be a major betrayal. I suppose it's not unbelievable though. I mean, you're talking about a series that had an Ark of the Covenant that was supernatural, a Cup of Christ that was supernatural, and magic stones of clearly a different religion, unless they wrote some very interesting backstory on why the sacred stones are sacred. So a giant snake's not really unbelievable. I just need to be careful. I need to be very careful about... There we go, we got it. Where I go. Ah, see, we are in yet another map room. And two different map rooms were not used. Instead, they were just skipped completely. Why didn't anybody argue for this? To have the map rooms as a major part of the story? Like, seriously. This is a crucial thing to the story. Why didn't Steven Spielberg get a phone call going, hey, they're not gonna have a map room scene when you play the level where there should be a map room scene? And at this point in Steven Spielberg's career, did he just not care? I mean, as the game was lagging, this really is something somebody should have argued over and quit their job over. Like, full on. Like, I am not going to continue to work on this project. I know it's flippant for me to say these things, but seriously, this isn't an unimportant part of the story. So I'm filling up these areas with water, which I guess I'm flooding the Nile, so it goes down and waters the plants. This is not how it works in the movie, but it's a cool idea at the very least. That's how they think that they built the pyramids, is that they built up walls around it and flooded stones and floated the stones up to where they were. And then once one row was done, they would flood it a little bit more and continue on the process. So I'm punching all the flowers, and yeah, that works. Really shouldn't, but okay. And there's a decent chance that there's a score times 2, which will probably be 2 million. But we now have everything except for the Star Wars character, who arguably maybe the Star Wars character is not here. I'm supposed to be up there. And see, I don't see anything else. Yeah. So then you just push this, and you need like a Lego exit right over there. It's fast dig. Interesting. I'd like to purchase fast dig, certainly, but I can't until I get score times 2. No more spending until we have score times 2. So playing the level got me up to 477,000, and doing this should get me up to about 600,000, hopefully. No, a little less than that. But slowly we'll make progress, I suppose. And as we make progress, we'll get the score multiplier. And I'm pretty sure in this game, as in most of the games, you get more if you have the score doublers on and get all of the golden chests, so time will speed up on that process. And we're at 60% done. The percentage of us being done is happening faster than I thought, but I guess that's because there's just really no extra things really to collect. They certainly could have made the college bigger and hid more things in it, but they chose not to. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.